Are Steve Cherundolo's days numbered as the LAFC manager? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Now, LAFC obviously lost the Leagues Cup final to the Columbus Crew yesterday in 3-1. And this raises an interesting question, at least to me, and I think to some of the LAFC faithful, if Cherundolo is the man for the job to get them forward and to win these MLS Cups. Now, there's a lot to dive into here, okay? There's a lot to dive into, and I need to lay some groundwork first before we get into it. Now, LAFC, in my opinion, is the best ran organization from top to bottom, from the scouting, the front office, the ownership, the players that they have. The facilities is absolutely world class, and it's the best there is in Major League Soccer. So that cannot be an excuse of why this team underperforms, because any coach that is managing this team has everything given to them. So Steve Cherundolo has this team, LAFC, who is as talented as they've ever been since I've been watching LAFC since their inaugural season in 2018. They've got depth, they've got quality players, and yet they continue to lose these big games. They beat up on the bad teams, the average teams, but they can't win the big game. And it's really made me think about what the issue is and what the common denominator is. And obviously, Bob Bradley was the manager for LAFC from 2018 to 2021, and he got ran out of town because he couldn't win the big game. He won the Supporter Shield, but he couldn't make it to the MLS Cup, and he couldn't win an MLS Cup. Couldn't do either one of them for LAFC at least. Steve Cherundolo takes over in 2022. Comes over from Las Vegas Lights, an affiliate of LAFC. Had a pretty bad record at the time. And he takes over, and a lot of people were questioning how that would translate and if they reached for him as a manager because of how big the club is. He obviously wins MLS Cup in his first year. A lot of people would say it was solely because of Gareth Bale. And that was the last time he won a major trophy. And I don't like to judge someone based on one performance, good or bad, because I want to see your body of work. I need to see I need to see your track record of what you do over a period of time, not just one match. And Steve has proven over 5 championships that he is not capable of winning consistent championships. That was his one and only championship win, was against the Philadelphia Union in 2022. Let's move forward, right? Last year, he played against Club Leon of the Liga MX in the CONCACAF Champions League final, loses that championship. Fast forward to September, plays Tigres in the Campeones Cup, loses that championship. Makes it back-to-back in the MLS Cup, plays the Columbus Crew, loses to them, 3rd championship loss in a row. This year, he makes it to the Leagues Cup final, plays Columbus Crew again, loses to them again. 4 championships in a row. Now, let me ask you guys this, and I'm assuming most of you are LAFC fans. Maybe some of you are just fans of other teams. What serious team in any league around the world, South American, European, Liga MX club, what serious team would lose 4 championships in a row and keep their manager? 4 championships in a row he's lost, and he's kept his job. And I know some of you will say, but Will, he made it to the championship, but teams would do anything to get that far. This is the best run organization in Major League Soccer. The expectation is to make it to these finals and to win them. Nobody remembers the second place finisher. They remember the champion, except the teams that obviously lose will remember because they're obviously heard about it. But at a certain point, you have to start winning these big games. And Dolo has proven he is not capable of doing this. Now, if you lose one, hey, that happens. Sometimes you have a bad game. Some things happen. Maybe a player's hurt. Maybe the team you played was better. But losing 4 is inexcusable. You can't blame the front office. You can't blame the players. You can't blame bad luck for losing 4 championships in a row. The common denominator is that Steve Cherundolo was the manager all 4 championship games, all 4 of them. And if this club expects to win these championship games, a good manager. I don't even think Cherundolo is a good manager. I think that he has the best team in the league that hides his deficiencies. I believe he is a below average manager. I believe that. He's a below average manager. I believe if you took every coach in the league and gave them an equal quality team, so every team was the same level, and all MLS coaches were, obviously coach one of those teams, I don't know if Steve Cherundolo would finish in the top 10 in the league. Wilfred Nancy is the best coach in MLS history, in my opinion, or he's at least on the track. He's the trajectory is pointing to that happening. Has absolutely outclassed him all 3 times they've ever played. Steve Cherundolo has never beaten Wilfred Nancy, and Wilfred Nancy's team, while good, is not the quality of LAFC on paper with the actual players they have. It's just that Nancy is that good at getting the most out of his players. So Dolo is underperforming with the talent he has been given. And I think personally, it's time to move on. It's time to get a coach who can win the big games and add to the trophy cabinet for LAFC. Now, they have the US Open Cup coming up soon. They're going to play Seattle to make it to the final. And someone asked me, one of my friends asked me, they said, Will, do you think that if they win that game, does that put Steve back in the good graces of the club? And I said, no, it doesn't, because the US Open Cup has been watered down because MLS is picking what teams go represent them in the US Open Cup. Every MLS team does not start off in the Open Cup anymore. It was handpicked like 8 teams. And it's mostly MLS Next Pro teams and USL teams in the US Open Cup. So it's a watered down version. It means nothing to me right now. If it was the normal format, sure, but they're playing the watered down Open Cup. So this would have no bearing on my decision, win or lose. Now, losing, yes, that would definitely be bad. It's honestly a lose-lose for him. Win it, it doesn't matter. Lose it's a big deal. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I think he's got to win the MLS Cup this year to save his job. And if he doesn't, it will be time to move on. And I want LAFC fans to really pay attention to this. You have to look at the resources you have. You have a team that's ready to win right now. You have Denny Bwangi, you just signed Giroud. Now, obviously, Kike Oliveira is leaving, but you have someone that can replace him, maybe Martinez, Matty Bogusz if he stays. Obviously, you signed Lewis O'Brien in the midfield, who's a very good player. A twist has been pretty bad. Larice, I think, has been pretty good. Has been good mostly this season. But this team is equipped to win. This is a team that is favorited to win the MLS Cup. That's the expectations. So if he falls short, either getting bounced during the playoffs, or they go to the MLS Cup and he loses his 5th consecutive finals, there is no way this man should keep his job. And I can guarantee you guys, I want you to think about this too. If this job became open, do you not think about all the managers who would be interested in coming to LAFC to take the job? You would have international interest. You would have other MLS coaches that would be wanting to make a jump from maybe their club to LAFC. You would have coaches in South America, coaches in Liga MX. You would have coaches all around the world that would be interested in this job. So you would just naturally get an upgrade at the managerial position, in my opinion. So I think that they have to make a move. I think that they've got to get rid of Steve Cherundolo, in my opinion. I think his time has came and passed. He's proven he can't win the big game, which is what this game is played for. He's made it. He's proven he cannot win it. I think it's time for him to go. I would love to know what you guys think. Do you think Dolo out? Or are you Dolo in? I want you to put in the comment section, Dolo out or Dolo in. Let me know down below. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I think he's going to win MLS Cup or he's out. It's going to be interesting next couple months and see what happens. It's funny because he was being linked with the USMNT job, and now he might be hanging on for dear life to keep his job with LAFC if he can't win. Now, there's also been some reports about, I think it's Hoffenheim being interested in him, a team he played for. Um, that will be interesting to see if he goes there. They have a vacancy or possibly a vacancy coming up soon. So I'm interesting to see if he gets maybe goes there. There's a lot of storylines to follow. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video down below, hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. And until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.